Taste, brought to you in part by J.P. Cheney, Hand Arnold Trinidad Limited, and Aluen.
Well, Conrad is out chasing one of the important people that he knows, but you know what? He's going to be missing an extraordinary program because today I have with me the national culinary team of Trinidad and Tobago. They've come back from the recent competition in Miami, which included, I believe, all of the Caribbean islands, with so many goals that make your eyes sparkle. So you know what? Don't go very far because they're going to be sharing with us the recipes that they actually used to win the competition, and they're going to share all their little secrets. And believe me, there are quite a few because I've had the privilege of working with this team for the last 2 months in preparation for this competition. And you know what? Don't go away. Come right back and join us here in a short while, and I'm going to let them tell you their secrets right here on Taste. Welcome back, folks, and as I promised, I have some very special guests, and I'm going to introduce them to you right now. We have Chef Raymond Joseph.
Hello.
Welcome, Raymond.
Thank you.
And who is actually the captain of the culinary team. And we have our star chef who has won the golden medal, is
Yes,
that right?
yes,
For
medal.
the best chef of the year. Welcome, Devon Joseph. They're going to start by showing us their recipes that they won this competition with. And Devon's going to start by taking the breast off of the chicken. So watch carefully how he does this. So Raymond, this recipe,
Yes.
this is one of your award-winning recipes.
Yes.
How did they react to your Caribbean flavors in Miami?
Okay, well, Trinidad over the years have had a reputation for bringing banging flavors. So, I mean, we didn't let them down, and it had new judges there who were wowed by the chutneys, by the curries.
By all the talent that we have on this island.
Yes. As well as our like shadow benny and our pimentos.
Yes.
Yeah, they are quite unique to Trinidad.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, these are all the special flavors, and I understand actually that shadow benny does not grow anywhere else in the Caribbean.
No, it doesn't.
So it's unique to us here in Trinidad and Tobago. I bet a lot of you out there didn't know that. I didn't until very recently. So, Devon, you're just going to taking off the legs and the thighs, the wings, and then you're going to remove the breast. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And what you're going to do with it after that?
Well, what we're gonna do in fabricating the bird, we're gonna take the breast off as a whole breast, which if it was a duck, we'd call it the magre, but it's a chicken, so you just call it maybe the center breast,
Yes.
right? We're gonna put a marinade in it, the same marinade that we use in Miami for the team competition. It's an Indian-inspired marinade, and then we're gonna tie it for even cooking.
Okay. So you're going to tie up the whole breast.
Yeah, so that when it goes into the oven to roast, it's gonna cook evenly.
Okay. And you're going to put your seasoning both inside and outside
Yes,
of the
yes,
breast.
yeah, that's
Okay.
very important.
And it'd be interesting for you folks to see how Devon actually ties up the breast so that it stays whole in the oven. Just pay close attention and you will see all his little tricks.
We're gonna start it in the pan,
Okay.
where we're gonna get the skin nice and golden. And of course, we'll have the skin rubbed with all the Indian spices, the jeera that we like to use, and some other spices to make up our own curry.
Yes.
And start it in the pan, finish it in the oven.
Okay, so it has to go into the oven for how long?
For like, I'd say like about 10 to 12 minutes.
So Devon, tell me, what are you doing with all the bones that I've seen you cutting up there?
Well, after I fabricated the chicken, I'm gonna actually take the bones
Yes.
to make my natural gravy, or reduction, if you want to call it that, right? So we're just gonna like cut the bones up into
Smaller pieces.
smaller pieces,
Okay.
so that we get all the extraction happening faster.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna put it into a bowl here. And we're going to hand this over to Raymond, and he's going to marinate it or reinforce it with the Indian flavors.
Okay.
Right?
Is that what you're also going to season the breast of the chicken with?
Yes.
What have you got in that bowl?
This is a Indian spice rub.
Yes.
With like curry powder, turmeric, jeera, garlic powder, salt, pepper. So we're going to actually put some into the bones.
Okay.
Along with some other fresh herbs.
Okay.
So we're going to take the breast and...
You're going to season that with the same rub,
yes,
right?
we're going to give it some of the same marinade that we put into the bones. All right? So...
Now do you sprinkle that both inside and outside?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make sure it's well seasoned all around the breast.
All right? And then we put it together like this. Mm-hmm. And then we bring it up a little closer to the edge of the board. So we use our string.
Okay, so that means that while it's cooking, it just stays together in
Yes,
the oven.
yes.
Or while you're searing it and then
it cooks
you put
evenly.
it in the oven.
So what would happen is, if you don't tie it, sometimes when it's cooked, you have like parts being dry and then other parts moist.
So I thought that was probably the reason why you kept it all together.
Yeah. So the reason for tying is to have an even shape so that it cooks evenly.
Okay.
So we just go around like that.
Oh, I see how you tie that off then. You're just pulling it a little tight so that everything just stays together in a nice tight little ball.
Yeah. You come back in the opposite direction,
So
making sort of like an X.
Yeah. You're creating like little, as if you're tying shoelaces almost.
Yeah. And then you take the excess and knot it off.
And then you start searing it.
Yeah. Precisely.
Okay.
You cut this off.
Now, do you put anything in your
your
pan to sear it?
Yeah, we put like some vegetable oil.
Okay.
Like we'd use vegetable oil because it would give you...
Any particular type of vegetable oil?
No, like one of your choice.
Okay.
And you get a nice hard sear on the chicken breast, on the skin.
Okay.
Like a nice golden color. And like I said, we're going to take the same spice rub and put it on the outside of the chicken breast, like on the skin, so that when it goes into sear,
yes, it gets a
or like you could even put the spice rub on the board like this
and roll it on it.
And roll it on it, so that you more or less get it crusted. Yeah?
Wow, that looks delightful.
Yeah.
So let's get that on the fire and get it seared. You're going to do that for Devon?
All right. So we're going to do this for like maybe about a minute, you know.
Okay, so this is a quick sear.
Yeah, just keep turning it until you get the nice golden color on the skin, and then it goes straight into the oven.
Raymond, you're going to give us a hand there and turning that around so it sears evenly, and then maybe I'll pop it into the oven while you guys go on and make the sauce, the rum reduction. Is that right?
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Evenly and all tight.
Yeah, I see it getting nice and golden on the skin, and I guess that will finish cooking in the oven.
Over the fire into the oven.
Wow. Oh, I just got back. I'm so sorry to be late, but I have a very special guest that I needed to attend to. I see that we have so many special chefs here, members of the TNT culinary team. This is going to be a really, really good one. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on this brand new special presentation right here on CNC3. It's Taste.
So now we're going to get Devon to make the sauce for that chicken breast that's in the oven. So what are you going to do here, Devon?
Well, what we have coming up here is a caramel, where, I mean, just like we like to do home, where we make a burnt sugar stew or a brown sugar stew.
Okay.
Right? So
and you
we have that caramel going there.
Your chicken bones that had the...
Yeah, we add the chicken bones to it.
With the Indian spices
on it.
Yes,
with the Indian spices, which is what's going to make it a dogla, what we like to call a dogla.
Okay, so you put two cultures together.
Yeah,
in
where
this
we
pot.
take like the technique of the Creoles, which is the burnt sugar, and then we add the bones that has been marinated in the Indian spices.
Yes.
All right. So when all the bones are coated nicely with the brown sugar and the spices get toasted off and all that.
So what else do you add into this?
All right, well, this is what we're gonna get to now. So you give it a nice toss. All right, and we're gonna add a mirepoix. A mirepoix is the classic French combination, which starts with carrots,
Okay.
chopped onions, celery.
And that's the local celery I see you're using.
It's the
which
local
is
celery.
much stronger
Yeah.
than the
And a
foreign celery.
A mirepoix is the foundation for all soups, stocks, sauces.
Okay,
but
folks.
what's going to really bring it home for us is that to the mirepoix, we're going to also add some chopped pimentos.
Yes, our local
Yeah,
pimentos that are not hot but full of flavor.
and some chopped garlic.
And chopped garlic. Wow. Oh, I wish you could smell the perfumes coming off of this. It is incredible.
Yeah. All right.
And you're using this as a base to make the sauce
Yeah,
for the chicken.
yeah. This is actually the base of the natural chicken gravy or sauce,
Yes.
or whatever you want to call it. That's going to go with our roasted breast of chicken. All right. Now,
You know, it's very interesting how you put together the stewed chicken or the stewed meat,
yeah.
burnt sugar along with the Indian spices. Now, this is something that you all developed, Raymond.
Yes, it is something that we came up with after practicing, we decided, yes, this is a
Okay.
perfect combination.
But who invented this recipe?
The culinary team, of course.
The whole team together.
Yes,
All right. Well, now that's probably why you all came home with so many gold medals.
definitely.
Now, what are you going to be adding there?
All right. So what we're going to do, instead of classically adding or deglazing with a red wine
Yeah.
or a white wine, we're going to actually use a dark rum.
Wow.
So it's going to be a brown sugar rum reduction, right?
That's
So
incredible.
we're going to add a little rum
Mm.
and probably flambe a little bit.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So now we have the base down. All right.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to actually top it up with some water.
Okay, so you get your sauce off of this.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you're making like a reduction from bones,
Yes.
what you really look for is proper extraction. You know, you really need to extract all the flavors or as much as possible from out of the bones.
Okay.
Which is why you more or less cover with water.
So how long do you think that would take to simmer down to give you the proper...
I'd say like 20 minutes to half an hour, 25 to half an hour.
Do you need to thicken it at all, or does it get thick on its
When
own?
it comes down to, let's say when it reduces by half and it's not thick enough, you could add maybe like a slurry with cornstarch or with flour.
Just to get it a little
Just
thicker.
to get it a little thicker. And then you could do something called monte or beurre, which is to take a piece of cold butter and swirl it in. It adds richness. It adds a glossy sheen to the sauce when it goes onto the plate and flavor.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, always flavor. So don't leave us. Come right back here on Taste, and you're going to be seeing the end of this recipe. And all these secrets they're sharing with you, there's more to come. Come back here on Taste.